fire and destruction all around in Tel Aviv. One of the most secretive underground facilities is now in ruins. According to unverified reports, an Iranian missile has struck what is believed to be one of Israel's largest underground wartime shelters in Tel Aviv, a heavily protected facility reportedly used by Israeli leaders during major conflicts. Witnesses described a massive explosion followed by a raging fire at the site. Flames quickly spread across the area, burning buses and cars nearby as thick smoke poured into the sky. The surrounding streets were left littered with debris while firefighters rushed to the scene, struggling to contain the blaze as residents fled in panic. The underground shelter is believed to be part of Israel's extensive civil defense and command network, a system designed to shield top officials and security leadership during wartime emergencies. According to these initial reports, the Iranian missile may have penetrated the area's defenses, triggering a powerful blast that set parts of the underground facility ablaze. Authorities have not yet confirmed whether any senior Israeli leaders were inside the shelter at the time of the strike. However, the attack has already sent shockwaves through Israel's security establishment, raising urgent questions about the vulnerability of even the country's most fortified wartime command sites. This video showed Iranian missiles lighting up the night sky over Tel Aviv. Below, sirens were blaring, forcing people to rush to bomb shelters to save their lives. A massive thunderous impact from the missiles can be heard in the video. This comes as the IRGC confirmed it fired the 30th wave of missiles toward Israel and U.S. bases in the region. This video shows the impact of Iran's cluster warheads carving out craters on the roads in Tel Aviv. Shocked Israelis can be heard saying, "Look what happened to cars." At least one injury was reported in Rishon LeZion, Tel Aviv, due to an impact from the latest missile attack from Iran. Magen David Adam said a woman in her 40s was moderately injured as a result of falling shrapnel. The woman is being treated for a head injury after being hit by flying rocks following the missile impact. The woman was apparently not inside the bomb shelter. There is notable damage to a local building, the mayor tells Channel 12 News. Impacts have also been reported in Lod and Modin Ilit. This purported video shows an Iranian missile splitting mid-air into multiple warheads, triggering chaos on the ground. The Israeli air defenses look completely crippled, failing to stop Iranian missiles as they successfully wade through their targets. Not just Tel Aviv, Iran also rained fire on the Israeli port city of Haifa. This video showed a missile hitting the target, lighting up the night sky amid the sound of sirens.
A barrage of Iranian ballistic missiles has rocked Israel's commercial hub, Tel Aviv, triggering multiple explosions and sending millions of residents scrambling for safety. Air raid sirens echoed across the country as incoming projectiles streaked through the night sky. The dramatic escalation comes as Tehran unleashes yet another wave of strikes in its intensifying confrontation with Israel. According to Israeli media reports, at least 15 explosions were heard across Tel Aviv following the arrival of cluster warheads fired from Iranian ballistic missiles. The strikes came shortly after Iran announced the launch of the 30th wave of its military campaign, known as Operation True Promise 4. Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps said the barrage included Khurramshahr, Fatah, and Khaybar ballistic missiles, as well as strategic drones aimed at Israeli targets. The IRGC said the strikes were directed at military and strategic locations linked to Israel and United States forces in the region. As the missiles approached Israeli territory, air raid sirens began sounding across large parts of the country. Alerts were reported in Tel Aviv, Haifa, the Galilee, the Jordan Valley, and several settlements across central Israel. Media reports also reveal massive power outages in the wake of Iran's bombardment. Footage circulating on social media appeared to show the aftermath of the explosions, with damaged vehicles, shattered shopfront windows, and debris scattered across streets. Reportedly, Iranian cluster warheads have carved massive craters across the Tel Aviv region. One missile fragment reportedly struck a residential building in Tel Aviv, causing heavy structural damage and prompting a major emergency response. Images from the scene showed large sections of the apartment block destroyed, while rescue teams searched through the rubble for possible survivors. Residents were seen moving rapidly towards shelters as emergency crews secured the damaged area. Authorities said several people were injured during the latest wave of missile strikes across central Israel. The attacks come amid continuing exchanges of missile barrages between Iran and Israel, with densely populated urban areas increasingly caught in the crossfire. In recent days, air raid sirens have repeatedly forced millions of Israelis into shelters as air defense systems attempted to intercept incoming missiles.
Explosions rocked parts of central Israel after Iran launched another wave of ballistic missiles toward Tel Aviv and surrounding areas. Dramatic visuals from the scene showed thick black smoke rising above the skyline, and a car overturned on a street in the Bnei Brak area following the impact. Authorities say multiple impact sites were reported across central Israel during the latest barrage. Police officials say the widespread of the blast locations suggests that at least one of the incoming missiles may have carried a cluster-type warhead. First responders from Israel's National Emergency Service, Magen David Adom, rushed to several locations after the strikes. Paramedics initially reported 3 people injured by shrapnel when debris from the explosions hit residential and commercial areas. Among the injured was a man in his 40s who sustained serious wounds in Tel Aviv. 2 others were also hurt in the nearby city of Petah Tikva, a 25-year-old reported to be in moderate condition and a 56-year-old man with lighter injuries. Officials later said the number of wounded had risen to 6 as more casualties were located at impact sites. In Petah Tikva, 5 people were reported injured, though most were described as being in stable condition. Emergency teams and search and rescue units from the Israel Defense Forces were deployed to the affected areas. Authorities say investigations are underway to determine the exact type of missile used in the attack and assess the full scale of the damage. The latest barrage marks another escalation in the rapidly widening confrontation between Iran and Israel, with missiles striking densely populated urban areas and emergency teams scrambling across central Israel. Fears are mounting that the conflict could intensify further in the days ahead.